Aiden finally had enough. If you've ever been underestimated by the people who were supposed to love you, hit that like button and subscribe. Today's story is a masterclass in why you should never mistake kindness for weakness. This is the story of how I protected my legacy and dismantled theirs. The Shadow of the Golden Child. My name is Aiden. I'm 32 years old, and for most of my life, I was a ghost in my own family. You know the type, the reliable one. The one who picks up the tab, the one who listens to everyone's problems, and the one who never makes a scene. Then there was Tyler. Tyler is 3 years younger than me, and if I'm a ghost, he's a neon sign. He's flashy, charismatic, and has a smile that can convince you the sky is green while he's reaching for your wallet. Over the years, Tyler's mistakes were legendary. Maxed out credit cards in our mother's name? He's just finding himself, she'd say. A borrowed car that ended up in a ditch 3 towns over? He's going through a hard time, Aiden. Why can't you be more supportive? I was the safety net. He was the acrobat who kept falling. And my mother? She was the one demanding I hold the net tighter while she cheered for the guy who kept dropping. The caretaker's burden. When my grandmother passed, and then my grandfather a year later, the family dynamic hit a breaking point. For the final 3 years of their lives, I was there every single day. I smelled the antiseptic in the hospitals. I felt the weight of the grocery bags. I managed the mountain of Medicare paperwork that would make a lawyer's head spin. Tyler? He showed up on Christmas morning, took 3 selfies for Instagram to show his followers what a devoted grandson he was, and vanished before the dishes were even cleared. When the will was read, the room went ice cold. Grandpa wasn't a fool. He saw who showed up. He left the entire estate to me. The savings, the shares, and the crown jewel, the family home. A Victorian masterpiece with deep red bricks and ivy that looked like it was holding the history of our family together. It was worth just under $900,000. I'll never forget the look on my mother's face. It wasn't grief for her father. It was a tight-lipped, venomous twist of disappointment, as if I had reached into her own pocket and stolen her retirement. That was the day I realized I wasn't family to them anymore. I was an obstacle. The preparation. I knew them too well. I knew that no wasn't a word they accepted. So I didn't move into the house immediately. I stayed in my apartment and went to work. Quietly. I met with an estate attorney. I moved every single asset, the house, the stocks, the savings into an irrevocable trust. I even moved the utility bills under a shell company tied to the trust. It was a legal fortress. I let them think I was just sitting on the property, being my usual naive self. Tyler started posting on social media. Big moves coming, next chapter loading. I just watched. I listened. I waited. That confrontation. It happened on a Saturday. I was at the house, clearing some brush near the porch. The sun was hot, my hands were dirty, and then I heard the crunch of gravel. My mother's car. Tyler hopped out, wearing designer sunglasses and a grin that made my skin crawl. My mother followed, clutching a clipboard like she was a high-powered CEO about to close a merger. "Hey man," Tyler chirped, clapping me on the shoulder with a fake warmth that felt like grease. "We've got some news." My mother didn't even say hello. She just looked at the house. "We spoke to a lawyer, Aiden. There was a mistake. This house was meant for both of you. Grandpa just forgot to update the paperwork after Grandma." "It's already happening, dude. You've been living in a fantasy. Time to wake up." 2 days later, they returned. This time, they brought a moving truck and 2 hired guys. They pulled into the driveway like they owned the street, music blaring. Tyler was sipping a latte, pointing at the windows, telling the movers what to gut first. But I wasn't alone on the porch. Beside me stood a man in a navy suit. Mr. Levin. He was from the county office of property records, and he was holding a folder that contained my family's undoing. "Are you Tyler Green?" Mr. Levin asked. His voice had the flat, terrifying authority of a man who eats fraudsters for breakfast. Tyler blinked, his swagger faltering. "Yeah, who are you?" I'm here on behalf of the legal trustee of this estate, Levin said. I have documentation showing this property. If you touch the trust, you're going to jail. The movers didn't need to hear anything else. They started backing the truck up before Tyler could even find his voice. "You're doing this to family?" Tyler screamed, his face turning a pathetic shade of purple. "Don't talk to me about family," I replied. "You brought a moving crew to my house before Grandpa's spirit was even cold. We're done." It took another few months to fully clean up the mess. Tyler lost his real estate license and his job after I sent a tip to his firm's ethics board. My mother tried to sue me for emotional distress, but once the rest of the family saw the evidence of their forgery, she became a pariah. I still live in that Victorian house. It's quiet now, the kind of quiet that comes when the leeches are finally gone. I'm not the quiet one anymore. I'm the one who kept his word. People think they can mistake your silence for a lack of a backbone. They learn the hard way that silence is often just the sound of a plan coming together. If you enjoyed this story of justice served cold,